showcase in April for dramatic film acting. We are so excited to have you. As mentioned, we're going to start off with a series of monologues, and then we're going to move into a section on scenes. We have our first performer here already ready to go. I love it. Let's give her a big round of applause.
There's one question you must ask yourself. Always ask, what can I do to add value to the people I serve? When you look in the mirror, do you see yourself, or do you see all the people that have helped you become you? We are the sum total of all the people and all the experiences that have come into and out of our lives. The good, the bad, and the ugly. As children, our vision for the future is limitless. A young man and his friends growing up used to live for the day when someone in their neighborhood bought a washer or dryer. Why? Because once the box was discarded, they could use it for anything. And if someone bought a refrigerator, bingo! They had a time machine. Inside the box, time stood still. They'd color the box and splash their magic across the cardboard canvas. Then our vision begins to narrow. We grow up, and the box no longer stands for imagination. It stands for conformity. Think outside the box, we hear them say sometimes. But for many, that makes no sense because the game is played inside the box. Well, have you ever wondered why we are drawn to certain people or certain leaders? Because they never lost their ability to decorate the box. Their vision appeals to us because they never lost their imagination. Their leadership and approach matters to us. Never forget to decorate your box. Thank you.
When I was a girl, my father held a ball. I'm his only living child, so he wanted to make a good match for me. He invited dozens of young lords to Tarth. I didn't want to go, but he dragged me to the ballroom. And it was wonderful. None of the boys noticed how mulish and tall I was. They shoved each other and threatened to duel when they thought it was their turn to dance. They whispered in my ear how they wanted to marry me and take me back to their castles. My father smiled at me and I smiled at him. I'd never been so happy. Till I saw a few of the boys snickering. And then they started to laugh. They couldn't keep the game going any longer. They were toying with me. Brienne the Beauty, they called me. Great joke. And I realized I was the ugliest girl alive. A great, lumbering beast. I tried to run away, but Renly Baratheon took me in his arms. "Don't let them see your tears," he told me. "They're nasty little shits, and nasty little shits aren't worth crying over." He danced with me, and none of the other boys could say a word. Renly was the king's brother, after all.
There, Anna. It's okay. Did you know that I suffer with depression? It's true. For quite some time, ever since I was a young man, the way the circuitry in my brain is fixed. However, I've learned to navigate the rough waters and find calmer ones. Challenge remains the same. Difficult. It never leaves. But every attempt at changing myself has made me stronger over the course of time. Faster. Things that would take me days now only takes me minutes. Though it never leaves. It remains the same. Wait. Mind of its own. I call them eruptions, brought on by feelings of restlessness, loneliness, unfulfillment, and trying to come to terms with the loss of life and my own mortality. Those are my triggers. It's hard making friends with death, isn't it? Knowing that one day will be the day. How do we rationalize that concept? Do we invent the other side? Do we live like angels on earth? Do we give up and throw caution to the wind? Nothing stops it. Even if and when we invent something that's capable of making us immortal, there will be different things that worry us, frighten us, such as life. Sing.
Woo! And do everybody make sure to turn your cell phones off too. I forgot to make that announcement. So.
Or silent.
Or silent, yes, mine too. That's right, nobody turns it off anymore.
But some people are on the YouTube actually.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Lately, I've been having this recurring dream. We're giving the perfect party. We have our old dining room back, and my grandmother's silver before it got stolen, and Charlie's mother's bright blue dinner plates before the movers dropped them, and even the finger bowls, if I knew where they were. And we'd invite all of our favorite people, and not just our old friends, but everybody we've ever known and liked. Like the man who fixes our Toyota, and the lovely young couple down the street who bought the Peyton house, and the receptionist at the doctor's office, and the new bank teller at the bank. And we'd invite our friends and family too, and our children would come from wherever they were. And we'd have champagne, and hot and cold hors d'oeuvre, and a fabulous chef in the kitchen, and 2 maids to serve. And everyone would get along famously. My husband laughs when I tell him about this dream. Do you realize, he says, what a party like that would cost? Do you realize what we'd have to pay people for a party like that? Well, I know all that. But sometimes I think it might almost be worth it.
Woo!
Alright, listen up. We need to open our eyes. There's over 2 million illegal immigrants bedding down in this state tonight. The state spent $3 billion last year on services where these people have no right to be here in the first place. $3 billion. $400 million just to lock up a bunch of illegal immigrant criminals when they got to this country because a fucking INS decided it wasn't worth the effort to screen for convicted felons. Who gives a shit? Our government doesn't give a shit. Our border policy is a joke. So is it any surprise that south of the border are laughing at us? Laughing at our laws? Every night, thousands of these parasites scream across the border like some fucking pinata exploded. Don't laugh! There's nothing funny going on here. This is about your life and mine. This is about decent, hardworking Americans falling through the cracks in the shaft because their government cares more about the constitutional rights of a bunch of people who aren't even citizens of this country. On the Statue of Liberty it says, give me you're tired, you're hungry, you're poor. Well, it's Americans who are tired and hungry and poor. Until we take care of that, I say we close the fucking book. Because we're losing. We're losing our right to pursue our destiny. We're losing our freedom. So that a bunch of fucking foreigners can come in here and exploit our country. And this is someplace going on far away. This is something happening someplace we can't do anything about. This is happening right here. Right in our neighborhood. Right in that building behind you. Archie Miller ran that grocery store since we were kids. Dave worked there. Mike worked there. He went under, and now some fucking Korean owns it who fired these guys is making a killing because they had 40 fucking border jumpers. I see this shit going on, and I don't see anybody doing anything about it. It fucking pisses me off. Scene.
Pisses me off. Scene. Thank you so much. So kind.
Do you believe in spirits, Caleb? I like to think there's something to that spirit world. You see, some people call them myths, but me, I like to think of them as stories. You see, stories, they can be myths, but they can also be reality, history. I know damn well for sure that the Yankees started a war. That ain't no myth. But you see, there's stories and myths, ghosts and legends above, below. You know something, Caleb? I'm starting to feel mighty familiar. Well, I just feel quite familiar, and you know, I think that Constance might feel somewhat familiar towards you too. I was thinking, you might ask Constance for a dance. Young man such as yourself, well, it's just that we don't get too much in the way of suitors around here. Leastways, ones which are still alive, and, well, we're just red-blooded men. We're blood, flesh, and bone. Anyway, well, she said I don't see too much sense in denying a woman of that caliber. I just think that, well, she's mighty familiar. We're blood, flesh, and bone, Caleb. Blood, flesh, and bone.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do that? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you could possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. So that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. My existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You can't handle the truth. Because deep down in places you don't think about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone to a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, then questions the manner in which I provide it. I prefer you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a rat's ass what you think you're entitled to. Scene.
Changing your mind again, huh, Harry? No focus. 1 week, you're all hot and excited about an idea, and you run with it for like a week, maybe a month, but then it starts to fizzle out, because you got to do the work, the real work, to make the idea come to life. And when that gets too hard, you miraculously come up with a brand new idea, and you get all jazzed up about it, because it's the hottest idea you've ever had yet. And you got to sell it like your life depends on it. Your emotions can't be wrong. And on your journey goes. A year goes by. 5, 10. And it's a life of nothing but a long string of false starts. Genius concepts that never see the light of day. If I had this, if I had that, but if I had this, but if I had that. Excuses. Look at yourself. Look where you are. You happy? Living home with mom, no direction in your own life, no friends, and you just quit the best job you ever had. You should kick yourself. No, I mean literally. Take a step back and launch your fist into your face. But only you know the truth about all the secrets, stories, lies. Aren't you tired of your stupid self? Scene.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not normal. What is normal anyway, right? I guess like everyone else, I get stupid thoughts sometimes. I keep them to myself because I don't want anyone thinking I'm a weirdo. I wonder if we all get strange thoughts, but just don't want to admit it. I think we all get strange thoughts. You want to know what kind of thoughts I get? I can't tell you. It's just too embarrassing. It is, I just can't. I mean, you ever have a thought where your mind just wanders off into some unknown world and it captivates you for a minute or two, and then suddenly you snap out of it because you realize it's a messed up thought to have? That's as far as I want to get with what I'm telling you, because it makes me feel funny discussing this. But do you ever, does your mind ever play tricks on you? See.
Hermano. Hey. Jason. Wake the fuck up. Jason. Jason! Ah. Ahí está. Mira, hermano. Welcome to my kingdom. Oh, sorry. Have I failed to entertain you, Jason? No? Why aren't you laughing like how the fuck you were all the way up in the sky? Why aren't you laughing? California. Didn't you have a brother? Well, you had a brother. Yes. 90210. You two white boys look very rich. Now you tell me. Why the fuck are you in my kingdom? No, hermano. Ni lo más. That ain't gonna do for me, Jason. Damn, dick. That ain't gonna do to me, Jason. I ever told you the definition of insanity? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over, expecting shit to change. That is fucking crazy. But the first time I ever heard that, I don't know. I thought he was bullshitting me, so boom, I shot him. But the thing is, he was right. Everywhere I started to look, all these fucking pricks, everywhere I started to look, doing the exact same thing, saying this time it'll be different. No, please. This time it'll be different. This is the one. Oh, sorry, Jason. I don't like the way you worded it. You have a fucking problem in your head? You think I'm lying to you? You think I'm bullshitting you? Fuck you, hermano, okay? Fuck you, know? I'm gonna chill, hermano. I'm gonna chill. So the thing is, I rule this fucking kingdom. And I already killed you once. Or was that the hermano? I don't know. Don't care. But at the same time, hermano, you came to my kingdom expecting shit to change. You escaped California. And now what I'm gonna do? I'll cut your fucking organs out, sell them, and get my money back, and send your body back to your mama and papa, if they love you enough. Now, I know you came with a woman. Tony, drop him in the fucking cliff and go shoot his head like a dead bitch.
You destroy the world, everything beautiful. You poison. You drag us from our homes. Rape our daughters. Murder our sons. And crack our spines. You do all you can to break our will. You stab us, and then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by. Close your eyes and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you may enjoy the happiness we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if a virus comes along and does to you what you do to us. And I hope that happens very soon.
I don't know if I'll have the time to write any more letters because I might be too busy trying to participate. So if this does end up being the last letter, I just want you to know that I was in a bad place before I started high school. And you helped me. Even if you didn't know what I was talking about, or know someone who's gone through it, you made me not feel alone. Because I know there are people who say that all of these things don't happen. And there are people who forget what it's like to be 16 when they turn 17. I know these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs, and we'll all become somebody's mom or dad, but right now, these moments are not stories. This is happening. I'm here, and I'm looking at her, and she's so beautiful. I can see it. This one moment when you know you're not a sad story. You are alive. As you stand up and see all the lights on buildings, to everything that makes you wonder. And you're listening to that song on that drive with the people you love most in this world. And in this moment, I swear, we are infinite. Thank you.
Woo! Prodigal daughter returns. And there's no fatted calf, no welcome home banner. Just an empty brass bed with a half-full oxygen tank next to it. You waited until she was gone, and now you slink back. You're such a rebel. Aren't we all so impressed with how independent you are? A red dress to the funeral? Can you imagine? The scandal. How shocking. Little Becky doesn't need her mommy. She doesn't need anyone. What were you expecting? Why did you change your mind? You threw out the letter she wrote you, and then those little wheels started clicking in that drug-addled, burned-out brain of yours. Where's my fatted calf? Where's my homecoming? Where's Mom's last attempt to get me to return? What do you think is in that letter? A check? Sure, you never took her money. Maybe she never offered enough of it. It was always tied up in offers of airfare and hotel room. You can't hand that over to a dealer. She was always careful about that. But in the end, and she knew it was coming, in the end, what? A great big check?
You know, what would it take to get to you? 2,000 maybe, just to talk to you one last time? 5,000? Sound about right? Not enough to get you home in time, but enough to get you into a dumpster. Enough to get you down here scrabbling through a mountain of garbage. When you find that letter, what will you do if there's nothing in it but a letter? How disappointed will you be if there's nothing in it but her tired scrawls telling you she still loves you? See?
Hey again. God damn it. Who gets struck by fucking lightning? On their own fucking roof. I hate to tell you this, you stupid fucking genius, but getting up on the roof during an electrical storm is not a brilliant fucking move. I'm trying not to swear so much. And I'm moisturizing. So that's what's going on with me these days. Anyway, I heard about her. Heard about what happened with Elaine. Elaine. She sounds lovely. Poor girl. I mean, you probably made the right decision, though. I don't think you're ready to settle down anytime soon if you keep climbing up on the fucking roof. I mean, I'm no model citizen, but I do know basic fucking things about personal safety, you dumb piece of shit! You can't marry that girl, Doug. You can't. Because what about me? What about me, huh? When my dad died, when you came to the funeral home that night, the stuff you said to me. You're always doing that, you know? The top 10 best things anyone has ever done for me have all been done by you. That's pretty great, right? And I know. I'm just fucked up. But you know that. So I need you to wake up now, okay? Because I'm gonna need you to come looking for me again. I'm gonna need you to just come over and show me some stupid shit or tell me some stupid fucking joke like you always do. Because I'm not great. I'm not great. So I'm gonna need you to come looking for me again. I'm gonna need you to wake up now, buddy, okay? Just, you know, rise and shine. It's Tuesday. That was always your favorite day. See.
No one buys stock unless he thinks it's going up and going up now. It's your job as stockbrokers to convince your clients to buy before the takeoff happens. Suppose your client says, I'll think about it and I'll call you back later. That means you're dead. No one calls back later. It's your job to create urgency. Whoever speaks first loses. And this is where the sale begins. You, as a stockbroker, are almost hoping your client says no, because then you can go do your frickin' job. But it hardly matters what the client says, Because if he thinks that the stock is going up, the only thing stopping him from continuing the sale is that he doesn't trust you. And why should he trust you? Why should he? You're a freaking salesperson after all. So what do you do now? What do you see? This is something you could do. Something you could say. You could be like, let me ask you this, sir. Had I been your stockbroker for the past 3 to 4 years, and had I been making money for you on a consistent basis, would you say, I'll think about it and I'll call you back later? Or would you say, pick 3,000 to 4,000 shares of that particular stock? That's what I thought. So here, the downside is minimal. And the upside is that you have a long-term relationship with a broker on Wall Street who's going to be constantly making you money. And then you get them with the final punchline. And sir, your only regret is going to be, I wish I called you 6 months ago. Thank you. See you.
Angels. Where's my angel? They say it's my mother's brother, but he must be crazy to look out for me. How can an angel keep up? How can an angel, my angel, not get tired of my behavior? I should care more about him than he does for me. I should pray for him instead. Is he getting enough sleep? Does he even need to be sleeping where he is? Does he cry for me when I cry, bleed when I bleed? What made him choose me? I don't deserve to have an angel. I'm not sure if he can even make a difference. I wonder if he hears me when I try speaking to him. I wish I knew. Do you hear me out, Gladwin? Do you ever listen? Maybe if there was a sign, if there was some way you could show me that he was real, maybe then I could be strong enough to make a change. Maybe then I could try to be better.
Dang.
Well, well. What a glittering assemblage, King Stefan. Royalty, nobility, the gentry, and how quaint, even the rebel. I must say, I really felt quite distressed to not receiving an invitation. Oh dear. What an awkward situation. Why, no. And to show that I bear no ill will, I too will bestow a gift on the child. Listen well, all of you. The princess shall indeed grow in grace and in beauty, beloved by all who meet her. But before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, She will prick her finger on the spindle on a spinning wheel and fall into a sleep like death, a sleep from which she will never awaken.
Why are you doing this to me? Can't you see I'm already a wreck? Do you want me to go out of my mind completely? I have to deal with him. Fold his clothes, make his bed, clean his vomit, and for that he abuses me? Verbally, physically? But I won't abandon him, because I believe I can help keep whatever good he has left inside. No matter how horrible he is, there's still something virgin in him. He is dying. He is scared. He's only going to do this once. No? He's a bastard. I hate him. I must hate him. But watching him helps me cope, okay? It gives me my own understanding of this effed up life we live. I can't explain it to you. You're like a big puppy who never listens to reason. You bounce around all day like everything's okay. Like nothing matters. I can't take this. Children? Now I'm pregnant? Yeah. Look at your face now. Reality hits. Will the giant puppy become a man? Huh? All you do is lick, bark, and wag your tail. You don't love me. Do you love me? Tell me the truth. Do you love me now? See.
What? Upset? No, I'm not upset. Why would I be upset? No, I'm not crying. I said I'm not crying. I don't want your pity. I don't want a shoulder to cry on. I want to be left alone. Don't you get it? I want to be alone. I've always wanted to be alone. I never wanted to get close to anyone, and I never wanted us to get close. But I guess I was closer to you than you were to me. Don't lie to me. I know you don't mean it. I don't want to hear any more lies. I want it all laid out on the table. I want to know the truth. I want to know why you're breaking my heart. See.
Am I okay? 7 years ago, you walked out of my life without so much as a goodbye. And I never heard from you again. You wanna know how I'm doing? I fought in the war. Finn's dead. That's how I'm doing. My dad sold his house and we both sunk every single penny we ever had into buying and fixing this place up. And we did it. We built this place with our bare hands, Allie. Me opening some crazy way might bring you back. But it didn't. And now Dad's dead too. That's how I'm doing. And still not even after all this time. When a car pulls through the driveway, I hear my name being called. A letter comes or even the telephone rings. I get a little bit excited. Because I think maybe, just maybe it might be you. But it never is. Now you are. This ghost standing in front of my face asking if I'm okay. Yeah, I'm just fine. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, why should I be mad? Hey, I'm saying at least to say goodbye this time. I just, wish I hadn't wasted my money buying this stupid present. Hey, you know what? You ain't gotta do nothing, Uncle Phil. Ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm be sitting up there asking my mom every night, you know? Hey, when's Dad coming home, you know? Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basketball and learn, didn't I? And I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? I got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him! I didn't even then, I don't even now. Now you know, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm gonna have me a whole bunch of kids, and I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need it for that, because there ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. See?
You don't get it. I've been afraid of my father my entire life. I've spent every waking moment trying to keep him from exploding and trying to do everything just right. Not just believing, but knowing that one day he would kill me. That he'd kill all of us. My first memory was when my brother spilled a can of paint down the stairs. My family was painting the house and Ricky thought he was helping, but the paint was too heavy and the paint spilled down the stairs. I held my breath. I don't know why I thought that would help. But my father put his fist through the wall and I screamed. Ricky and I started crying, and all he could do the whole time, all he did was yell at us to stop crying. And I couldn't. And that day I thought he was going to kill us both. My mother couldn't do a single thing to stop us. I was 4 years old and Ricky was 2. And ever since, I've been living that hole in the wall. So go read Footprints in the Sand if you want to feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Because today my father's going into the ground. Except I don't remember having a father. Because a father wouldn't do that to his kids. See?
We've got about 9 monologues left, and we'll be moving to scenes, and we should be ending right at 10 o'clock. So, just letting everybody know.
I want you to know that I think you're a piece of shit. You were never a man. You fucking did just for your own selfish needs, and I hate you for it. I was hoping you'd be dead. The only reason I came this way is because of the promise I gave my mother. She was the most beautiful, kind-hearted, loving human being a person could ever be lucky enough to know. She raised me. She made me who I am today. If it wasn't for her taking on the role of a father and a mother, God knows what I would have turned into. We used to wait in welfare lines together. Used to watch how she fought tooth and nail just so I can have food in my stomach. Used to take the bus to town and she would pawn whatever valuable she had to make the rent, and she would always buy me an ice cream. Which somehow made me feel like everything was going to be alright. I'd chip in as soon as I got older. Worked at a local deli, making sandwiches, and I'd hand over every dime to my mother. She never dated. Never left the house other than to make $1. She was a great woman, and you gave up. You quit and walked away. You never fought for us because you are a weak man, because your fucking pride is hurt. I say fuck your pride when it comes to your wife and kid. Why break a family? Why? Why start a family to begin with if you aren't strong enough to keep them? Scene.
Can you see me? How are you doing? Well, it looks like it's time I have to confess something that I'm not so proud of. And as I was writing, I realized I needed to confess to you first. So here it goes. I resent you for the childhood that I had. I resent you for your impatience and for being scared of doing homework without being yelled at. For the kitchen cabinet doors you slammed, for slapping me, the bruises. I resent you for not feeling safe at home. I resent you for being ashamed of me. I resent you for all of the sex that I started to have at 13 to prove to myself that I could be loved. I resent you for my wanting to beat the shit out of everyone. I resent you for making me feel so fucking worthless that I settled for a man that I... But mainly I resent you for killing a man. I killed Celeste's husband. He didn't slip. I pushed him. When I lunged at him, I was pushing you. That push was a long time coming. I want to forgive you.
People confuse love and romance. Romance is good, very nice. But love is necessary. See this? The moon, the stars, the lights over the water, candlelight there, chocolates, small presents. All of this is romantic, no? But this is not love. I take a knife. I kill myself because
because you don't love me. This is love. It's pain. Yes, but love is also pleasure. The most pleasure there is in the world. So when it leaves, you want to take a knife and kill yourself. No, you don't know. It's because you don't know love. See.
Look at you. You know, you had every opportunity to truly be something. You had God-given talent that people wish they had. And what? You wasted on drinking and doing drugs. When are you gonna wake up, Leo? Fact is, one of these days you're not. Is that what you want? You scream at me that you're done, that you don't care. But I know you, Leo. I know you care. So what are you running from, man? If you can't just, what if you just can't get yourself out of this mess you made? You know what? Just get your things. You see, get you to the rehab place myself right after. So one thing is for damn sure is I'm sick and tired of losing brothers to substance abuse. I can't let you go down like Ben, man. I just can't lose nothing. See.
Watching John in the machine, it was suddenly so clear. Of all the would-be fathers who came and went over the years, this thing, this machine, was the only one who measured up. The Terminator would never stop, would never leave him, would never hurt him. It would never shout at him or get drunk and hit him, or say it was too busy to spend time with him. And it would die to protect him. In an insane world, it was the sanest choice. Scene.
I have this tradition. It's something I do when a friend dies. I save his Rolodex card. What am I supposed to do? Throw it away in the trash can? I won't do that. I won't. It's too final. Last year, I had 5 cards. Now, I have 50. A collection of cardboard tombstones bound together by a rubber band. I hate these fucking funerals, I really do. You know what else I hate? I hate the memorials. That's our social life now, going to these things. Nick was a choreographer. Not many of you knew that. He was just starting out. He was waiting to invite you to his big debut at the Carnegie Hall or some shit, so you would all be proud of him. But he was so good. He had such promise. We're losing an entire generation. Young men at the beginning, gone. Choreographers, playwrights, dancers, actors, all those plays that won't get written now. All those dances never to be danced. In closing, I just want to say I'm mad. I'm fucking mad. I keep screaming, why are they letting us die? Why is no one helping us? And here's the truth. Here's the answer. They just don't like us. Scene.
There's this kid I grew up with. He was younger than me, sort of looked up to me, you know. We did our first work together, worked our way out of the streets. Things were good, made the most of it. During Prohibition, we ran molasses into Canada. Made a fortune. Your father, too. As much as anyone, I loved him and I trusted him. Later on, he had this idea to build a city out of a desert stopover for GIs on the way to the West Coast. That kid's name was Mo Green, and the city he invented was Las Vegas. This is a great man. A man of vision and guts. And there isn't even a plaque or a signpost or a statue of him in that town. Now somebody put a bullet through his eye. Nobody knows who gave the order. When I heard about it, I wasn't angry. I knew Mo. Knew he was headstrong, talking loud, saying stupid things. So when he turned up dead, I let it go. And I said to myself, this is the business we've chosen. I didn't ask who gave the order because it had nothing to do with business.
Honesty? Okay, honesty. You give up too easily. You don't get validation, you walk away. You don't get enough attention, you take some pills. That's the problem with you. You were overindulged by your parents, you were spoiled and impatient and entitled, hence the so-called suicide attempts. You don't want to die, but you do want people to pity you, and honestly, it's a little pathetic. If you wanted to die, you'd be dead. You keep trying over and over until you got it right, but you don't drink bleach. You don't hang yourself or jump off a bridge or crash your car into a wall. You take pills. Stick your head in the oven. It's a cry for help. So I need you to stop idealizing and romanticizing death and face the fact that we're all miserable. Life is sometimes hell for all of us. We're just faking it better. See?
That concludes the monologue portion. We're gonna move into scenes now. Stand up real quick, get a little stretcheroo while they're setting up. You can do that real quick. Just stay right here because they're setting up right now.
Something like that. So if you come with me and just listen to a 4-hour presentation, should we get you started up today?
Bring it back, get it back. Alright, we're going up with the scenes. Going up with the scenes. Round of applause.
I'm closing the door.
Don't close the door.
I'm closing the door. Don't talk like that.
You know what? This is why I don't talk to you. Because you go from here to here in no time at all.
No, this is the only reason you're talking to me. Because I'm here. This is the only reason you're talking to me.
You asshole!
I'm an asshole?
I'm so out of love with you. I've got nothing left for you. Nothing, nothing, nothing. There's nothing here for you.
Don't say stuff you can't take back, Cindy. Don't take stuff you can't take back.
You asked for it. You asked me. I told you.
No, I couldn't drive you crazy unless you loved me.
I gave you the answer, and you didn't like it.
Are you gonna hit me?
This is why I don't talk to you.
You're gonna hit me.
No, I'm not gonna hit you. You're the bad guy, not me.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, asshole. I'm more man than you are. You are such a small, little, weak person.
don't say that stuff about being a man, Cindy.
I am. I can handle it.
No, stop, Cindy. Stop.
You're scaring me.
What do you mean by that? What do you even mean by being a man? What do you mean by that?
Don't bully or try to bully me like that.
You're being irrational, Cindy. You're being irrational.
Oh, just stop it.
You want me to be a man, huh? You want to be a man? Here, is this what men do? Make me a big man of you, Cindy? What do you even want?
Sing.
Next scene on stage.
Roma and Jay are next. And then after them will be Rodolfo and Taylor.
Am I on the camera if I stand right here?
Yep.
Then I'm
Rodolfo and Taylor, are they backstage?
Sarah, yeah.
Okay, great.
Why did you come?
Because I have good news. Amy Brandt, the casting director, when she was at your play and she loved it. She loved it so much that she's willing to give you a huge audition for a movie role that she's got.
I'm not going.
Excuse me?
No. That would kill me.
That's it?
Yes.
So you're happy here.
I'm happier.
Why won't you come?
I told you.
I'm not buying that again.
Because it's another audition. I've been to hundreds of auditions. Do you want to know what happens?
Yeah, sure.
Either they interrupt me because someone ordered a sandwich, or they cut me off after 2 seconds, or I'm crying and they start laughing, or I'm one of 100 lookalikes in the waiting room who never has a chance because
Because what?
because I'm probably not good enough.
Yes, you are.
No, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm one of those people who always wanted to do it but never had the chance. It's a pipe dream. Maybe it's like you said. Maybe I need to grow up. I could go back to school. I could find something else I could do. I left school, and it took me 6 years, and I still never made it. And now look where I am. Look at what's happened.
But why don't you want to do it anymore?
Because it hurts a little too much.
I told him you'd be there at 5:30 tomorrow. I'll swing by before I drive back at 8. Either you be outside or you won't.
And see.
on this deck here. Let's get a round of applause.
Hey, thanks for staying up with me.
Sure, my brother said Penn State has a restaurant called Yale College Diner. You have to have a girl stick in your first night. It's a tradition.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, pretty soon you'll have a whole new group of friends and you won't even think about this place anymore.
Yes, I will. I had lunch with Craig today.
Yeah?
He said he was sorry and that I was right to break up with him, but driving away, I just felt so small. Like, why do I and everyone I love pick people who treat us like we're nothing?
Sometimes we accept the love we think we deserve.
Then why didn't you ever ask me out?
I didn't think you wanted that.
What did you want?
I just want you to be happy.
Don't you get it, Charlie? I can't be happy. I mean, it's sweet and all to put everybody's lives ahead of yours, but that just doesn't count as love. I don't want to be somebody's crush. I want people to like the real me.
I know who you are, Sam. I know I'm quiet and I know I should speak more, but if you knew the things that are in my head most of the time, you know what it really meant. How much alike we are and how we've been through the same things. You're not small, you're beautiful.
Let's get a round of applause.
Sorry. I know we argue a lot.
You were screaming for help.
I know.
I called help.
Brian and I have been together since high school. There's a lot of history, a lot of passion.
Passion?
Anyway, sorry we bothered you.
Is it your ankle?
I'm okay.
Do you want me to get my dad to take a look at it?
Is it broken?
I don't know.
Am I going to have to get crutches?
You'll have to check it out. I don't know, maybe. You know, you're definitely going to need some help getting around for a few days. How are you getting home?
I called Brian. It's not all him, you know. I give as good as I get.
Well, I don't see him sitting in the ER needing x-rays.
It's not like it seems.
Will you talk to someone? Someone with experience who can help you maybe lay out some ways you might want to deal with this. Joyce, I think you came here for a reason. Let them help you.
Yeah, I came here because I don't want to have to answer a lot of questions. Let's see.
Julie and Kelly, you guys are over here now. And 3 scenes left. After this. get a round of applause.
Girlie,
Father, what are you up to?
just in here now.
Oh, aye. That was a nice sermon at Thomas's today, Father.
I didn't see you there, did I?
Oh, I was in the back a ways. Almost made me go crying, them words did.
You crying? I never know the years I heard you going crying, Girlie. No that funerals, no that weddings. You didn't even cry when Holland knocked us out of the fecking World Cup.
Now and then I'll go crying over different things.
That pecky fecky boner. He could have saved a shot from a fecking kite.
I'd be saying I had a few now, Father.
Don't you be starting on me now.
I wasn't starting on ya.
Top of everybody else.
I do tease you sometimes, but that's all I do.
Sometimes is it? All the time more like everyone else around here.
I do tease you now and then. And only to camouflage the mad passion I have deep within me for you. I'm only joking now, Father.
Do you see?
I be taking a joke, Father. It's only because you're so high horsing up yourself you make such an easy target.
I'm not so high horsing up myself.
Oh, okay, you're not so.
Am I so high horsing up myself?
Oh, no. No more than most priests.
Maybe I am high horse so. Maybe that's why I don't fit into this town. Although, I'd have to kill half of me freaking relatives to fit into this town. Jeez. I thought that Leanne would be this nice place when I first turned up here, but no. Turns out to be the murder capital of freaking Europe. Did you know that Coleman had killed his dad on purpose?
I may have heard a rumor somewhere along the line.
A faking rumor, and you didn't go bat an eye or reporting on it?
Well, I'm no fucking stool pigeon, and Coleman's dad always was a grumpy old fuck. Okay, he kicked me cat, even there once.
A man deserves to die. For kicking a cat?
Depends on the fella. And the cat. But I tell you, there'd be a lot less cats kicked in Ireland if the man could rest assured he'd be shot in the head after.
You have no morals at all, it seems, Girlie.
I have plenty of morals, only I don't go whining on about them like some fellas.
Scene. Val and Amanda should be over here. We're open. Let's get a round of applause.
Okay, wait. She was recording me?
You followed her to Pharaoh's party Saturday night, and then to Monroe's apartment.
You don't understand. She's been acting so strange lately. And then Sierra tells me about this photographer?
You talked to Sierra about Wyatt Monroe.
She was worried about me and Chenna. Said that things were more than just business between them. Something was going on. Look, once this was in my head, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Yeah, I followed her to the party. They were together. Once she didn't go home that night and went to his place instead, I knew.
So then you waited.
She came out, clothes were all messed up, the lipstick was all rubbed off.
You called her a whore.
I said that she was my wife. My wife! And she just started crying. Said that I didn't understand, I was just like everybody else.
And so you killed her.
No. I didn't kill her. Teddy did.
It was you, Travis, not Teddy, standing in the plaza, thinking about all the things you had done for her, about how you moved to this city only to be treated like this. Now, she had something in her hands, something sharp. What was it? Travis, do you really want me to turn this tape on? Do you really want to listen to what you said and what you did?
She was holding this broken piece of glass, telling me to stay away.
Until you took it from her.
It just happened.
What happened?
I stabbed her. Stabbed her right in the back. She was gonna leave me. I loved her so much. I just couldn't have her leave me.
She was never gonna leave you, Travis.
See.
We're right at 10 people. We have this scene and then 2 more after this, and we're all wrapped. Get a round of applause.
Hey! Hey, wait! Mary? I want to know what you're talking to my daughter about. I promised her I wouldn't discuss it. Oh, she's having emotional problems and now you decide to be discreet? I just thought she needed a safe place. I'm the safe place, okay? That's my job, not yours. I'm her mother, not you. She says she loves me. Yeah, you never have to say no. You show me the stretch marks, baby, and you could do all the mothering you want. What is this? Casual Friday? It's Wednesday. Yeah, I know. What's wrong? Nothing. Something. Look, let's just drop it, okay? I wasn't trying to cause problems. I was just trying to help. Don't you ever get tired of saying that? How dare you reprimand me for stepping in where you should have been all along? You haven't been there for your daughter. You haven't been there for anybody. How could you be when you're not willing to face the hard stuff? Don't you criticize me. And now that Molly trusts you, are you going to betray her like you did me? Do you know how hard it is to be your friend? I have done everything to make it up to you. And I just don't know what to do anymore. I want to know how you can sell out your best friend. I hope that job was worth it, silly, because that's all you've got. I quit my job. What? I didn't know what else to do. I was making terrible compromises. I can't believe you've quit. I mean, how could I be so out of whack that I sell out my best friend? Well, you were in an impossible situation. I mean, it's what you do. It's your job. Yeah. And you're great at it. It doesn't compare to being responsible for a child. I mean, I don't know how you do it. Oh, God, I'm a terrible mother. Look what I'm passing down as my own. I can't even talk to my own daughter about sex. Yeah, but it's easy for me. I wasn't there changing her diapers. I mean... I know. Oh, you're doing me a big favor. Thank you. God damn it, thank you. Oh, God. Anything I can do. You know, you have a huge job. It's huge. I mean, I'm just glad I never had children. You know, that's the last impermissible thing you can say at a dinner party is that you don't want children. Well, I'm gonna have a dinner party, and you can say that. Oh my God, I am exhausted. Oh God, we're a mess. Oh my God. I like your hair though. You know, I got my divorce papers today. All I have to do is sign, and I can't seem to be able to find a pen. You know, Mary, it's the 21st century. It's okay to fight for your relationship. You know what it feels like? It feels like that phantom limb syndrome. You know, where a person loses a limb, like an arm or something, and then they have the sensation it's still there. Yeah, but I'm sure Stephen feels the same way. Oh no, I'm not talking about Stephen and me. I'm talking about you and me. See?
Get a round of applause.
Dan?
In here, Deb. I'm sorry. It's just not working out, is it?
Here we go. Just say it, Dan.
What?
Just say what you're gonna say.
I think one of us should move out. I'm sorry.
What?
I said I'm sorry.
For what? What are you sorry for?
I'm sorry it didn't work out. I need time.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? You start out real strong, and then you finish like a weasel. You should have quit while you were ahead.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Good one. Let me see your face on that one. There. Want me to turn it off?
No.
Good. We've been in the dark long enough. I know why I'm leaving. What's your story? What killed it for you? The radical change in lifestyle? You decide you want to travel light?
Deb, come on.
Or were you afraid that someday someone better might come along and you'd be stuck with me?
Why can't you just see it for what it is?
And what is it?
What it is, no more, no less.
Two jerks committed to screwing until they get tired of each other? That's great. That's really something
I don't
special.
want marriage, okay? I don't want kids. I don't want to be tied down. I'm not happy. I want you to move out.
Fine. Done. I'm gone. You can go back to doing whatever you want, with whomever you want, in whatever orifice you want to do it in.
You know, if you leave here, leave knowing one thing. I never screwed around, not once. And there were plenty of opportunities.
What do you want? A medal? Forgive me. I didn't know I was such a terrible sacrifice.
See.
Okay. Do you need the chairs out?
Yeah.
Okay.
get a round of applause for the participants.
Mr. Lundegard, sorry to bother you, sir. Can I come in?
Kind of busy here.
I understand. I'll keep it real short for you. I was on my way out of town, and I was just thinking about... You mind if I sit down? Carrying a bit of a load here.
No.
So, that vehicle I asked you about yesterday, I was just wondering...
Yeah, like I told you before, we haven't had any vehicles go missing.
Okay. Are you sure? Because, I mean, how do you know? You see the crime I'm investigating? The perpetrators were driving a car with dealer plates. And one of them made a call to the dealership, so it'd be quite a coincidence that the two weren't, connected.
Yeah, I see.
So how do you done any sort of inventory here recently?
The car's not from our lot, ma'am.
But how do you know for sure?
Well, I think I should know. I'm the executive sales manager. We run a pretty tight ship here.
I know. But, are the cars counted daily? What kind of a routine do you have here to count?
Ma'am, I've answered your question.
I'm sorry, sir?
Ma'am, I've answered your question. I've answered the darn... I'm cooperating with you.
Sir, you got no call to be snippy with me. I'm just trying to do my job here.
I'm not arguing with you here. I'm cooperating with you. There's no... We're doing all we can.
Sir, can I talk to Mr. Gustafson? Mr. Lundegard.
Well, heck, if you wanna play games here, I'm working with you on this. Okay, I'll do the damn block count.
Sir, right now?
Yeah, you're sure right now, you darn tootin'. If it's so damn important to you.
I'm sorry, sir.
Ah, what the Christ.
Let's have a really quick, all the actors stand up for us in the room. Let's give one more big round of applause for all of our actors. Thank you all so much. So for all the actors and everybody in class, remember we do not have class next week. We'll be back the week after.